In any case, you're all ready, right? I'm going to assume that's a yes. So hello and welcome to the New World Review, which sounds weird to say. Today we are going to have a bit of an informal discussion about the Broly movie featuring a star-studded cast. So let's all go around the table and introduce ourselves and how we relate to Dragon Ball Z, starting with Droid.
Hello, my name is Droid, and I have been watching Dragon Ball since I was like 5, and I love it. It's become a part of my life, and that's it.
Fantastic. Cheese, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Cheese and I like Dragon Ball. I watched it when I was a kid, just a few episodes here and there, and then I met this Droid guy and became in love with it.
Droid or Dragon Ball?
Both.
Fair enough. Homer, introduce yourself, please.
Well, hi, I'm Homer. Got into Dragon Ball probably when I was around like 12 and just like watched the shit out of it. So, yeah.
Solid. Tactical Groot, please introduce yourself, sir.
Hi, I'm Groot. I've been in the Dragon Ball community for around the past 5 years, and everything Dragon Ball, but GT.
Fair enough. And finally, my name is Liam. I usually make One Piece videos, so this is very, very weird for me. I am an old man, and I was watching Dragon Ball when I was 11, I think, and I am much older than that now.
Yeah, so we have pretty similar experiences with Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I think we have a very similar experience, just on other sides of the world. All right, so let's begin. Feel free to jump in whenever you have a thought. What did you think, guys?
Amazing.
Personally, I love the fact that they went and changed some of the history and gave us a more concrete background story for Frieza and the Saiyans instead of just, Bardock could see the future. Then Goku got sent to Earth to destroy it. And, now, I don't know, it kind of changes the whole dynamic of the background story if you think about it. Goku was never sent to Earth to destroy it now, which I kind of like, but yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I quite like it, sort of alternate retelling of it. It just, it messes with everything I've known for close to 2 decades, which isn't a bad thing. It's always nice to keep things fresh.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'm not really that keen on was that they made Bardock a little bit too soft, in my opinion.
Too soft for a Saiyan warrior.
Yes.
Yeah, because usually it's been like, oh yeah, Saiyans, they don't really care about their family or like their children.
Yeah, and then there was a
But in
scene
this,
with
it
him
kind of-
hugging his wife. So
And asking about Goku and Raditz and, yeah.
Yeah, before this, we legitimately thought that he never even met Goku or Raditz. But Goku was in a pod in his house now, so...
which
Yeah,
makes
and
more
his-
sense for a lower class warrior.
Yeah, and his mother was just there doing the cooking.
Just like Chi-Chi.
Yeah, that's
It
the
is very
I can
Chi-Chi-like,
get behind.
Oh, jeez, you misogynist.
It all comes full circle.
Yeah, considering the fact that the story of Dragon Ball pretty much was made up as it went along. For example, the whole alien thing and Frieza and the planet. I'm kind of glad that they did go back and give us like a concrete, this is what happened. Because like I said, they always kind of just threw Frieza on us. We never knew what Frieza was doing all these years ago while Goku was on Earth. You know what I mean? But now we got the whole King Cold left the Empire to Frieza and this and that. It was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah, I loved the introduction scene with King Cold passing the torch to Frieza.
Mm. This
Yeah.
was a good.
If
That was
anything,
great.
he's even more of a dick than I am.
Mm.
Yeah, I know. I love how he just is like, oh, people have weapons trained on us in these buildings. Well, die, die, die.
Yeah,
That's
that
not
was
a
very
monkey.
good.
Monkeys?
concrete background to like it's almost sort of like a restart for Dragon Ball in a sense, like giving sort of a more concrete background to the Saiyans and their origins and everything's like that, which is good.
Well, it does essentially like reboot the way we see the entire universe going forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is good because it means they've got a plan for everything going forward. Unless it's classic
they?
Toriyama and he'll just sort of make up shit as he goes.
I don't know. The big thing that I guess I noticed was just the fact that, like I said, does that mean that Goku never hit his head or anything like that when he came to Earth? Does that mean that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and because he's significantly older when he was sent there, does it mean that he's like aware of his heritage now?
Yeah, I know. It's all kind of weird to me. But like I said, I don't necessarily not like it, but I still have questions. Like, when you think about it, the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z is irrelevant now because Raditz came to the planet to find out if Goku destroyed it.
If you think about it, Raditz didn't really know about if his brother was sent off to like take over a planet or not.
Yeah,
I
he
think
probably
all-
would have
all
assumed
Raditz
that
knew was
Goku was
just-
sent.
Yeah,
that
he
was
probably just assumed.
By the way, young Raditz, one of the highlights of the movie for me.
Yeah.
He's
Little
just
Sonic
such a
the Hedgehog.
scrawny dick.
And
Raditz
a little
is so
bit younger
lucky he
Nappa
was
was
in the
also
movie.
nice.
Yeah, Nappa had his luscious head of hair.
Yeah.
The real question is what happened to those 2 random Saiyans, or 2 or 3 who were with them on the planet.
I'm going to assume they got the Beats treatment.
I just assume that Nappa eats all the Saiyans that go missing.
That's true. He's gaining his power for his resurrection.
All right, so how did you all like the idea of Broly fitting into this official history now? Kind of shoehorning in the Broly story. I thought it was done exceptionally well, surprisingly well.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting it to be done that well at all.
I agree. And plus, they fixed his backstory as well.
Yeah. I mean, you can only do better than the other Broly movies.
Somebody
also gives
please
Broly
fetch
a
me a
backstory.
better dagger so I may properly stab this baby.
It's also good because now it's not just Broly's like, I hate Goku, It actually gives him like a reason to why he's fighting.
He actually has no
It's
real
still-
relationship to Goku at all anymore.
Yeah.
Because he was sort of just told, it's mainly just Vegeta.
It's all about Vegeta.
Just kill Vegeta.
It's always
and then
all about
they're kind of
Vegeta.
there, like, hey, you're strong.
I don't know. To be perfectly honest with you, though, I really liked the new Broly. I liked everything about him. I liked the whole Paragus thing. I thought new Paragus was cooler than old Paragus.
Definitely.
And yeah, basically, they just like, I don't know. When I was watching it, I just couldn't get the abridged scene out of my head where Vegeta is talking to Paragus, and he's like, "Wait, why does he hate Kakarot?" He's like, "Because he cried a lot for like 3 hours." He's like, didn't my dad try to kill him?
Yeah, I think they took note of that.
See,
think
like
they-
I felt throughout like the movie, I kept on getting like abridged vibes. Like I know it's not on purpose, just kept on like seeing certain scenes like with the bridge.
That's how I look at all of Dragon Ball now. It's very problematic, actually.
It is. Even when I play the video games, I'm like, oh wow, this is like Dragon Ball abridged Cell. I like him better.
Every time I see Vegeta jump in, I just think Vegeta no.
Vegeta, yes.
Yeah.
No.
All right, before this devolves into a just Dragon Ball Z abridged discussion. One of the things I really liked about this film was that it was so very different in the first half an hour to any Dragon Ball Z movie I can recall. So it was just like solid story. There was stuff happening and there was like no fighting. It was weird, but it was really good.
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, after the beginning and all the introductions, I was kind of like, I don't know how this can live up to it when the fighting starts. But realistically, I was not disappointed whatsoever when the fighting did start. Like when Vegeta threw that first kick and I saw the animation, I was like, wow, this is going to be intense.
The animation was so good.
I honestly love like right after the flashback, we'll kind of. I just love how they use the Chala song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chala remix.
I remember before Liam actually even went and saw this movie, I said that people could actually probably watch this movie first if they wanted to get into Dragon Ball, and I still stand by that.
Definitely,
You
yeah,
learn about
because
the backstory of all the main characters, pretty much.
you do, and it doesn't feature any of the extended cast. I mean, except for Piccolo, sort of, but it kind of doesn't matter.
That scene with Piccolo, though, it's hilarious.
That was Piccolo's like, I'm just trying to stand here on a goddamn mountain, and you goddamn Saiyans keep bringing this shit to me.
What I did like is that they had a nice valid reason for people not showing up that they literally stated. He was like, look, even if I went, let's be real, I'd just be in the way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, rest in peace, Gohan.
Yeah.
Gohan sucks.
Ela had more screen time than Gohan.
Yeah, Gohan's is kind of there now. He's not going to be involved in Dragon Ball much,
And
apart
he
from a big
hasn't
fight.
been for as long as I can remember.
Honestly, during the whole fighting scene, though, it was almost like it could have been a silent film almost because it was so beautiful to watch. Like, I didn't really care about the little going back and forth. It was just awesome to watch. And then Goku, for some reason, decided to try to settle down Broly and just made him more pissed, which was pretty fun.
Well, Frieza's acting's on point as well.
Yeah.
You guys all saw this in a cinema, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Of
saw it in the
course.
cinema.
Did you all see it in Japanese?
No.
No, I saw it in English.
Oh my fuck. Am I the only one who saw it in Japanese then?
Yep.
Yep, seems like it.
And I couldn't see it during the Japanese release.
King Vegeta was voiced by Christopher Sabat, so it just sounded like an older Vegeta.
Alright, so I think we have very different experiences of that then. But the voice acting was still on point, especially for Frieza. He's such an evil dick in Japanese.
I love Frieza, but I'm so glad that they didn't turn him into the goddamn anti-hero again.
Yeah,
Mm.
I was very concerned about that.
I mean, he did exactly what I think everyone would have expected. Like, oh, I'm back to life, right? Galactic domination again.
It's
Well,
almost
first
like a
he was
Scooby-Doo
5
villain.
centimeters.
Although I do love that they went with the more comical take on him. It's like he wasn't gathering the
Yeah.
dragons to become immortal or anything. It was
I want to grow
5 inches
5
taller.
whole centuries.
Honestly, I was kind of glad to hear from Frieza that he wasn't trying to wish for immortality anymore. I was like, come on, Frieza, you got your ass kicked enough. Start working on something else.
Yeah, and it's something that every other villain has done, or most villains have done if they've got the Dragon Balls inside.
Now I have a theory. Do you think that Bulma really has been collecting the Dragon Balls and reversing her age 5 years forever?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I literally laughed when Goku was like, oh, so that's how you've been doing it.
Yeah. It's official canon now, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Also-
when you compare her to Chi-Chi,
Also,
Mm.
did anybody else notice the fact that Whis actually fought in this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, for about
Well,
5 seconds.
he dodged, yes. He seemed to be having a good time with it.
Yeah, it's weird because him and Beerus usually don't get involved, but the fact that Whis was even trying to dodge it and playing around with him was weird to me.
Yeah, he was buying time, sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
time for Gogeta, almost.
I'm really interested to see where this relationship with Whis and Beerus and Goku go in the future because, I don't know, Beerus really does seem to like the Saiyans, but he's just that dickhead that can't admit it.
They're always turning a bit into
Stubborn god.
comedy, people. It's like it's really funny, like the interactions they have with like everyone. Like when Bulma ships off was a Bulla to Beerus, calls him Uncle Beerus, gives him Bulla, and then
Yeah,
he's a
bruh.
babysitter now. Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny how at the end of the movie he's just sitting there. He's like, well, I guess they did it.
my favorite moment of the whole movie has to be the part where Goku tells Vegeta to stop calling.
What was that, Mr. Groot? I think you just dropped out.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the movie was where Vegeta calling Goku an idiot the whole time.
Yeah,
you're
that's
gonna
always
call me
good.
an idiot all day.
Baka! Baka! Oh, sorry, that's what I heard anyway.
I love when Goku and Vegeta just dropped off Broly on Frieza. And we're like, have fun, Frieza, and just left.
Teleport away. Yeah.
Okay, so when Broly hit Frieza for the first time, did anyone else's cinema absolutely erupt into applause? Because mine did.
No, I cried.
I was laughing.
That's sad. Yeah,
I
no,
was
everyone
laughing
was
also.
laughing and cheering. It was great.
That whole sequence is great.
There was no round of applause like, yay, Broly, but yeah, everybody was like, ha ha ha, Frieza.
It was less yay Broly and more ha suck it Frieza.
Yeah, which is funny because I absolutely love Frieza, but it's still fun to see him get punched.
That's the kind of character he is. I love him, but I want to see him get hurt.
He gets screwed over in the most comical way possible as well. He gets Broly dumped on top of him.
I can't tell you how like disappointed / hilarious I thought it was when he was like having the guy guess what his wish was, and the other one was like, he wants to grow 5 centimeters, and then they're like, oh no, 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 and he was like, yes, you're right, and I was like, really?
5
I don't know.
centimeters.
I kind of enjoyed it because Frieza's that kind of cool character now.
I did enjoy it, but I was like waiting. I thought he had like some grand plan or something, but nope, he just wanted to be a little bit taller.
It let us know that this movie was not going to be a struggle for the Dragon Balls. Like, this is where the whole Dragon Ball thing ends. They're not being used for anything particularly important.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is very good.
Do you like how Frieza states how he actually kind of likes fight?
I heard like part of that. What'd you say? Frieza states he likes
Yeah,
fighting.
you keep dropping out like halfway.
I like how in that, like, he actually says how he likes fighting.
Yes, he does say that because it would make it unfair, essentially. Yeah, he's becoming very Saiyan-like in his old age.
He really is, which I think will eventually be his downfall, like it was Cell's.
But like, will Frieza ever really die? That's the real question.
I mean, we thought he was dead for so
I
long.
thought he was
I mean, he's either gonna die or become the god of destruction.
It seems
That'd be
like
cool.
if Vegeta ever gets the chance, he's going to kill him as soon as he can. Vegeta is so pissed that he's still alive.
It's kind of weird that they just let Frieza go and do his own thing, because at the end of the movie, where we've got the whole happy ending with Broly, Frieza's just off conquering another planet and committing genocide again. And everyone's like, oh well, all's well that ends well.
That's another one of those things that remind me of Dragon Ball Abridged, when he's like, you won't be destroying any more planets today, except, you know, that one.
Yeah, they could just let him do whatever he wants. He just kind of goes off, destroys another planet.
The
Comes
terror
back to
that they've
Earth.
unleashed on the universe just so that they can fight him it's astounding. Like, Goku is such a cunt.
Yeah.
It's literally just like, oh yeah, let Frieza go. and then comes back later.
Beerus is the one that was just like, okay, back to life you go. Now go kill stuff.
It's like,
Beerus
you
is
can do my
fine.
job
He's the
for
god
me.
of destruction, that's his thing. But Goku is sort of like a symbol of peace. He's a hero in quotation marks. He could just
Yeah.
instant transmission to Frieza, kill him, and save millions, potentially billions of lives.
Why would you save a planet that isn't Namek or the Earth?
Exactly. But another thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that they kind of changed Gogeta's personality. And I really liked this new Gogeta. But if you noticed, Goku is ready to wipe out Broly. And that was the first time we've ever seen Goku actually I'm going to kill this guy. And then he vanished and went to, whatever planet he was on before when they used the Dragon Balls. So I don't know, it's weird when Goku and Vegeta combine. It's like that part that Goku has that's like, no, I'm going to let this guy live so I can fight him later is almost gone almost.
Yeah, he has a more Vegeta-like influence. No, we're taking care of this now.
Exactly. I was kind of surprised that he was going for it. He was like, all right, I'm going to kill him right now. And then he vanished and he was like, wait, where did he go?
In the end, don't you see him smiling almost, sort of like he's kind of just happy that he didn't end up doing it, happy that he's going to fight someone in the future. Pretty much, he's got another sort of training partner that he could use.
Yeah, it's funny if you also noticed early in Dragon Ball Super, Whis made the comment about how Vegeta and Goku could be anybody if they actually worked together. And he commented on how they finally did so in this movie, which I thought was something that was going to happen during the Tournament of Power, but they're still too stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did seem like something that was going to happen during actual Super, but no.
I mean, it would have been fun if they would have fused at the Tournament of Power and just failed and lost the tournament because they failed fusing.
Just being fat Gogeta.
Yes.
Yep. Versus Jiren, yep.
Demolishes Jiren. It's the most powerful person in all universes.
Now I want to see Ultra Instinct Fat Gogeta.
I'm actually happy that he didn't defuse in the middle of the fight.
Well, it makes sense because they actually explained before it happened. Oh yeah, we've got 30 minutes to do this. Not just we've unfused suddenly.
Yeah,
and then they wasted time thinking about a name, though, which made me think, oh shit, they are going to unfuse because they've spent all this time trying to come up with a name.
That's exactly what I was thinking, but at the same time, I was like, they can't do that again. They've already done the unfusing thing in the middle of a fight, 20 times.
That's how fusion has to go, though, because it's usually so powerful that it's like, all right, the villain has no chance now. But they got around it in this movie, and it was done really well.
Well, that's what I mean, because of the fact that I think that Goku and Vegeta finally managed to work together, and just get it done. They're like, okay, we've been training together long enough. We're putting everything into this. Even with Vegito, they're pretty hesitant, but this time they were both finally like, all right, we need to do this.
Yeah, I also was quite happy that they didn't pull the Ultra Instinct card and just made the fight less exciting at the end.
We see it for a second. When he's going blue, we see it for a second.
Yeah, Droid, you said you had a theory about why that is. I was kind of confused when I saw that in the cinema, because Goku was going through his forms. Then I swear I saw Ultra Instincts, but then he landed on blue, and I was like, what?
I think it's because Goku doesn't really have full control over Ultra Instinct, so maybe he's borrowed certain parts of it, similar to how Luffy borrowed the shave technique, but I don't think he's completely mastered it. So I think it's kind of like a part of him, when he turned into Super Saiyan God for the first time, he's always going to be able to achieve that level, but it's not something he can pull out when he needs to yet.
Isn't Super Saiyan God almost useless?
I mean, isn't every form that isn't blue kind of useless?
Because it's in Battle of Gods, doesn't he just when he's Super Saiyan, he's as powerful as he is in God form?
Well, apparently when he's red, or when they're red, that's their base form. That becomes their new, black form. And then when they turn blue, that's the equivalent to Super Saiyan. The only difference is apparently red is extremely powerful, but pumps out energy way too quick. But blue can keep all the energy contained, which is why Goku can use Kaioken again. So yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit.
Speaking of Super Saiyan God Vegeta, how? I like it. But how?
Dude, I have done so much research. The only way that you can turn red, they say everywhere, is to do the fucking... Sorry, this just turned into a non-family friendly interview. But
I believe I already said the word cunt.
Yeah, we've made that ship sail a long time ago.
Every source states that you need to have 5 other Saiyans with a righteous heart, blah, blah, blah. And we never saw that happen. So, and we never see, I couldn't find anywhere that said that Vegeta completely skipped that phase. And also, one last thing. In the manga, he actually went red against Frieza during the Resurrection of F saga. So,
As in, he just knew how to do it and went red, or that was his origin?
I don't know. They never explained it. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like how they never really explained Blue. It just showed up during the Frieza fight.
It's just such a classic Vegeta thing to do. Rock up with this transformation that he's acquired off screen.
That's what I mean. Like, the only thing is, like, when I was reading everywhere, I couldn't find anywhere that said that he could become one any other way besides doing that ritual they did in Battle of the Gods. But when would he have time to do that? Was he like, all right, everybody, get over here. We're all holding hands and doing this shit. I want to be a god.
Given how he didn't want to do the fusion dance, I find that very unlikely.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's a GT syndrome. Bulma's just like built a new machine, and he can just like use the machine to turn into a Super Saiyan God. It won't be like that, but it might be like, I don't know.
Can we
It seems
please
very
not mention GT, please?
Hey, Super Saiyan 4 is pretty cool, but
Actually, speaking about that, Broly kind of went into a Super Saiyan 4 type state.
He did, actually. Frieza Paragus legitimately breaks it down. Like, he has the strength of a great ape and everything like that, except he's still in his human body. So that was legitimately what the premise of Super Saiyan 4 was. And then then Frieza decides that's not enough, and he's like, hey, well, maybe we can make him stronger. Hey, Paragus, fuck off, and then kills him.
That was the funniest thing. And then
Yeah.
Frieza was like, Broly, look what's happened. Oh no.
I know. At that point, I still couldn't believe that Broly was so loyal to his dad, even in that berserker state. But, you know.
It was that moment where I realized just how much I loved Frieza. He murdered someone in front of my eyes, and I loved it.
I know, and he didn't even flinch. He was just like, I have an idea. How about you? Eat a dick and die. But that's always what we've loved about Frieza. Even in Super, remember, he knocked his guys out of the spaceship just for the hell of it.
it's almost karma for Paragus. He also shot Beats in the chest. Goddamn. They did Beats
Yeah.
dirty.
Yeah, actually. No, that's good. He deserved exactly what he got then.
Yeah, Paragus was such a dick. At first, I didn't really realize it until he was around the rest of the Frieza force and he was, keeping Broly on a short leash. But I was like, Jesus, this guy's a dick. And then he killed Broly's animal friend thing he trained with. What a dick.
Bar.
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
think he
He
killed
didn't
Bar.
kill it.
He
He just kindly removed his ear.
Yes.
Speaking of the extended Frieza Force, though, I think one of my favorite characters in this series were the Broly's two friends, are they Chi-Lai and Limo?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked them.
They were good fun.
They were better than his crew in Resurrection of F.
They were proper fleshed out characters, which is very strange for a Dragon Ball movie to have that kind of
Yeah.
auxiliary nature about it. Usually it's just you're either an unnamed soldier or you're an established side character who gets almost nothing to do.
Yeah, like they weren't a Saiyan and they got proper character development. It's a bit odd in Dragon Ball, but
Yeah, but in essence, they're the most important characters in the film because they make the wish, they take the remote away.
they'll eventually teach Broly not to be a raging monster.
That was so
Yeah.
cool at the end, though. That was very much Goku to just show up like, hey, here's food. I want to fight you sometime. Oh, call me Kakarot. Bye.
I really like that scene where he just said, "But Broly, call me Kakarot." I nearly cried.
Oh, yeah, it
Cut
was
this
a
out.
nice bit of Saiyan bonding.
What if Broly just started freaking out and we're just like, Kakarot, Kakarot, and then all of a sudden, like,
I'm not
Turns
gonna
into that
lie,
form.
I was half expecting that because that's what I'm so trained to thinking. Broly Kakarot bad combination.
Kakarot.
yeah, like something was gonna go off in his head, and all of a sudden,
You're that
he'd be like,
kid
wait a
who
minute,
was
you
crying.
cried.
In that
When
village down
space time
there.
opens, old Broly comes out of nowhere.
If you thought the movie was over, no, this is the second act.
4
I'm
hours
honestly-
in.
I'm honestly so annoyed that they're adding the new Broly to Dragon Ball Fighters because, like, I love him, but why the hell did they add the old one then? I don't need two
That's true.
Brolys.
Maybe the others do.
No, I want the new Broly, no old Broly.
I want Bio Broly to be added.
Okay, kick him out of
No.
here.
No.
Yeah,
But
he'll
that's
be a
the
Bio
best
Broly
movie.
main.
Yes. Only Bio Broly.
Jeez, we're gonna have a
Then you
long
could have
talk
an
after
entire
this.
team of Broly. New Broly, old
Oh,
Broly,
yeah.
Bio Broly.
Really long talk.
But Bio Broly is definitely the best movie of all of
Clearly.
them.
I mean, no
'Cause
one's
as far as
disputing him.
Also, Trunks and Goten still haven't grown up at all. They're still exactly the same as they were in Super.
I know, which is hilarious considering the fact that Goku literally went from their age to what, like a full-grown adult at the end of Dragon Ball.
It's odd what they're doing with those two.
I mean, they're never going to grow, are they? Because this is supposed to take us to the end of Dragon Ball Z, isn't it?
It
Yeah,
is.
that-
We've seen like
the
an
end
older
of-
Trunks in the whole flashbacks and things like that, but
The current timeline, I think, doesn't match up with the end of Z anymore. It implied that he haven't, like, Goku never met Bola.
Yeah, Goku wanted to fight Kid Buu again, but as a normal person now, what's a Kid Buu when you can fight a Jiren or Broly?
Yeah, that's true. Oob was still out there, yeah. I think Whis mentioned Oob was out there, but he was an infant. And Goku was like, "Aw, he can't fight."
maybe his more main was like motivation for fighting Oob is to train him, so he doesn't turn out evil.
Yeah, but isn't Oob like the most pure-hearted person or something?
Yeah, he is really pure. He's like supposed to be the complete opposite of Kid Buu, except strong, just like Kid Buu. But this isn't about Kid Buu. This is about Broly.
And we all love the new Broly.
I do like New Broly.
I actually like new Gogeta too. Like, I didn't really like his attitude in Fusion Reborn, but in this one, I really liked it.
Yeah. To be honest, there's no character in the movie I don't like. Like, I like all of them. They made everyone, like, feel like they're just the people from Dragon Ball and nothing different.
They gave every character they chose to focus on the time they needed to actually be a character. Rather than
And even Piccolo was Piccolo with his annoyed faces, so I was happy.
I know Piccolo was just standing on his rock like, what the hell are these goddamn monkeys doing now? Goku, are you going to win this? Do you need any help? Like, what did he think he was going to do at that point anyways? When he was like, Goku, do you guys think you can win this? Like, no, Piccolo. Okay, well, I'll just stay here anyways.
I'll come over there and stretch my arms. Forgot I could do that.
I think, I know this is a little off topic, but Piccolo's character evolution has been great. He's gone from this guy that wanted to destroy the world to this guru to Goku and Gohan, and he's just like this wise 28-year-old Namekian.
Is he only 28?
Yeah, he is.
I'm older than Piccolo.
Wait a minute, does this mean that Piccolo killed himself at like 30-something years old? That's sad.
You know what else is sad is the fact that Dende has not grown whatsoever, but Piccolo was like, what, full grown by the time he was 3?
4 or 5? Not even like 2 years old?
I mean, come on. Some Namekians grow faster than others, guys. Let's not judge.
Dende just doesn't grow at all.
Not unless he uses the Dragon Balls.
I bet Dende is secretly a albino.
No, they were all wiped out by Super Kami Guru.
Nail. Okay,
Yeah, we're
sorry.
getting dangerously into the bridge series again here. We've spent a lot
It's
of time
difficult.
talking about what was so great about Broly. Do any of you have any criticisms of the film?
I've got one.
I think I know what it is, but go ahead.
There was no goddamn Master Roshi. That's all I'm going to put out there.
Yeah, I think that helps the film, to be honest. Although, why did he not just show up and, trap Broly in the Mafuba?
It's Mafuba time.
It always annoyed me how they like reintroduced that concept during the Goku Black arc and then just failed completely. I was like, why the hell did you even bring it back if it was just going to fail?
Just on that failure note, Dragon Ball Z is Dragon Ball in general has always kind of been about failure. Like, just take the Buu arc, for instance. All the crap that happens there, like Mystic Gohan, all the fusion, they all fail one after another.
Yeah, but like when me and you talked about that, I think we came to the you helped me understand that was kind of like the desperation arc. Like they had every single tool at their disposal at that time and nothing they hit him with would work. That's what makes me appreciate that arc because literally they tried everything. They exhausted every single resource and nothing worked except the champ.
Except for the champ.
The champ!
It's just the sort of thing I've come to expect, though. Like, when a villain approaches, there's going to be a lot of ideas floating around, and almost none of them are going to work.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I know this is off topic, but as much as I like Goku Black, the whole arc ended like ridiculous. It was stupid. Like, I don't know. God just came
I
and
hated
destroyed
it.
the
It
world.
was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a low point in Super for me, a very low point.
It was just such a bad ending to such a great arc.
Well, I think it had potential, but I think one of the main problems was they had a different writer for every other episode. So it was like concepts they were going to run with got dropped. And,
And that's how you end up with faces in the sky.
yeah. Or like Super Saiyan Trunks swords.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as Faces in the Sky, though.
Oh, they're both
They could
so
have just ended
Broly.
it, but no.
Actually, but talking about Super and talking about Broly, I don't know if I'm disappointed or happy that he didn't mention Kefla. I mean, Khalifa? Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
Kale.
I'm sorry, Kale.
Yeah, Kale.
Yeah, Khalifa, the woman Broly.
No, it's Kale.
No,
Kale's
that's
the woman.
Kale, Liam.
Kale's the woman, Broly.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Khalifa's
Yes.
the Super Saiyan one.
Too many stupid super characters.
Wait, how many fanfiction are there out there with Kale and Broly, and how many are there with G-Lai and Broly?
Probably more of the second.
The only thing I wish that there was more of in this movie was I kind of wish we got to see Vegeta go back to his planet and everything and how that went, with him serving Frieza and everything. But we got more than I expected in the first place, so I guess it's rude of me to ask for more.
Oh, you can always ask for more, Droid. I have a criticism that I'm not sure any of you will understand. But when the fighting began, Broly's shouting got very tedious very quickly for me, because there was a lot of it. And in Japanese, it was quite... I don't know how to explain it, but it happened a lot, over and over and over again. It was like they had a clash, then Broly would yell, and they'd have a bit more of a clash, then Broly would yell again. Then there's another clash, and more yelling, and yelling, and yelling, and yelling.
The end time was justified when Paragus died, but that's
He's allowed to yell then, yes. But there was lots of yelling before and after that.
Some of the
Lots of
points were
yelling.
justified, I think, when he kept realizing that the other Saiyans had levels he could not surpass. Like, I could see him getting pissed off and getting, but there was a lot of yelling. It was like reminding me of the old movie, and I was like, no, don't do this. If he starts yelling Kakarot, I'm fucking out.
Jumps up.
It was just difficult on the ears for me. Maybe I was sitting particularly close to a speaker or something. And it was specifically when Broly was yelling, not anyone else.
It's funny because when I was watching the movie again yesterday, I realized that they played... All right, when Vegeta first turns red and starts fighting Broly, there's like this fast scene and Vegeta lands a punch. Then they play it again after Broly powers up, and it's the exact same scene, except Broly hits him instead of Vegeta hitting him. And I was like, wait a minute. I rewatched it. I was like, that was just the same exact scene, except Broly hit him this time.
Intriguing. I did not notice that.
Well, like I said, I was getting all those Vegeta shots yesterday. So I was like, wait a minute. That's the same exact shot that... Hold on.
Wait a minute.
No, but the animation quality overall was really good. Like,
it was
stunning. Even bits that were CGI, like you could tell it was CGI, but it was still really good. It was really good looking. Like, there wasn't. The only bit that I really had pet peeves is there was the occasional like Frieza Force ship that was like looked kind of bad in the sky, but apart from that, it was all really good looking.
I don't know. There was one part where the CGI was really bad when they did like the final. Yeah, I think it was like the final flash and the Kamehameha at the same time, and it was just so out of place looking.
Yeah, I think a lot of the CG was a bit out of place, like when the ground started crumbling and everything. It was just, you were doing such a good job in 2D. Why did we need it?
What did you guys think about like the psychedelic?
Oh yeah. When both of them took acid and started fighting in that colorful dimension, yeah.
Oh yeah, did they
didn't
literally
understand that scene?
Stylistically, I really liked it. It was beautiful to watch. Don't know how or if it matters how it happened.
Yeah, I'm still confused if they broke into some kind of dimension or some bullshit like Hit does.
Which has been known to happen through yelling.
Yes, absolutely. And we also know that there are pocket dimensions because Hit has introduced us to those things.
Yeah, it's weird. At first when it's seen, it's just kind of jarring. Because there's just all this psychedelic shit on the screen. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
It's the sort of thing you just have to go with, really. So like, oh, we're doing this now. Just sit back and enjoy the action like you're 12 years old again. It'll be fine.
What if when they were in that weird void, Hit just came out of nowhere and just like killed Broly, and then it was just over? It'd be like, what the fuck, man?
Time cage.
Sorry, somebody paid me to kill him.
Goku paid me to kill him.
It's not a very Goku thing to do.
Yeah, Goku would rather pay people to kill him.
Yeah, Goku would go down the other Hisoka route from Hunter x Hunter.
That was probably the funniest thing to me in Super for some reason when Beerus and Whis found out that the person that hired Hit was Goku. They were like, "You fucking idiot."
It's the weirdest thing because it's like in the series, everyone's like, "Oh, who did it? Who did it?" And then it just like a couple episodes later, it's like, "Oh, of course, Goku just hired himself."
Does anyone else really dislike Goku after Super?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I totally wouldn't endanger the whole universe.
It's a bit of an odd. I don't know.
Vegeta feels to me much more like a hero than Goku is.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. At the very beginning
Yeah.
of Super, you could tell. I mean, the very beginning of the movie, you can tell Vegeta is like sick of his shit. Like, you idiot, you let him go again.
Both Bulma and Vegeta look at him like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, relax, Vegeta. It'll be fine, best buddy.
12 genocides later.
It will be fine.
Don't worry, Vegeta. We have the Dragon Balls.
Well, wait, no, we don't. Well,
No, we don't, because Bulma just made a wish again.
we're back here again.
That was another thing. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they went back to the whole One Wish format, which was kind of funny.
I did notice that. I mean, if we're retconning stuff, I guess why not? Because the whole 2-wish thing it's been a bit clunky, I think, in the past.
Well, the whole Two Wish thing was stupid just because they forgot that they made rules. They forgot that they got rid of immortality, but yet in Super, we still have people like, I want to be immortal. We're like, well, our Dragon Balls don't do that anymore.
Actually, I think I heard some people talking about how there might have been actually 2 wishes: save Broly and then send him back to Vampa.
That makes sense, but
They do say that you only get 1 wish, though, in the film. Am I tripping, though, on that?
He
I think they do.
specifically says, one wish. Big green out.
I wonder if there would be like a fight against Shenron or something like that.
No, we
What,
saw
like
that. That was
GT?
GT.
I don't know, but like that's GT.
And then Piccolo killed Shenron before that even happened.
Yes, that's confusing. Like, why isn't Shenron afraid of Piccolo but afraid of Beerus?
Because it's Dragon Ball. I don't think they ever planned on people becoming as powerful as they are now. King Piccolo.
Are you trying to tell me this wasn't planned?
This was all planned. Akira Toriyama planned all of this out. He knew he was going to keep messing things up and keep fixing them, and that Bardock could see the future and then not see the future, and Broly would be stabbed with a dagger and thrown in a hole.
But then not be stabbed with a dagger and just be sent somewhere.
So going forward with the Super universe, Broly is a pretty big deal then.
Yes,
yeah,
he
very.
is.
Yes, he is.
He's one of those characters who we can't just go, that was a fun film. We'll ignore that and move on to the next thing. He's another one of those problematic characters now that needs to be addressed because he's so incredibly powerful.
I have a feeling, and I could be wrong, but I think he might eventually attract the attention of Beerus.
Yeah, because like the Super manga is going at the moment, so I wonder if he'll be involved in the manga / if the anime comes back, the anime at all.
I know they name dropped him in that.
I've always, like,
it'll be
before
interesting.
the film came out, I had a theory that Broly was going to be the Super Saiyan god that Beerus was dreaming about. So, I don't know. I just feel like he's going to become interested in him at some point. Or at least even the fact that Whis was dodging his attacks and, like, playing around with him kind of showed me that he had some kind of interest in him.
Yeah, Whis was having a good old time.
Whis is great.
Yeah. Who doesn't like Whis?
I like Whis. I like Beerus. I wish that we could finally get to a point where they had something to do, though.
Yeah.
I thought that's how Super was going to end, to be honest with you, was Beerus was finally going to have to fight Goku again.
I mean, that's,
Well, that's
probably
what it's-
how it will end.
That's how it's set up, yeah.
Will it go past the end of Z, or will it just end at Z?
Who knows? Does Z even happen anymore?
Yeah, like Groot said, the timeline is kind of screwed up now. I don't even think it could transition into Z
Yeah.
anymore.
I feel like it's still good. They still find ways to
Well, yeah, I
somehow
mean,
transition it.
they did finally like give us a concrete history instead of like the fragmented Saiyan story we had.
It's almost sort of forming a new background story leading up to the end of Z.
Like I said,
Kind of
at the
makes me
very
want. Kind of makes me want a reboot of the entire series, like going forward from there
I've
with
actually,
this
yeah,
animation.
I've wanted that for a while, to be honest with you. Like something that starts back where Dragon Ball starts, where we already have a general idea that he's an alien and everything like that. Because, like I said, man, they made everything up as they went along. Piccolo was a demon, Goku was just a monkey boy, and then Z happened and everybody was an alien, and Frieza was like the most important character in the universe, technically.
Yep. Until Cell and Majin Buu and Beerus and Whis and all the other universes.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, to the overall story, he's the one that blew up the planet, had Goku sent to Earth. You know what I mean? He's the one that kind of kickstarted the whole story, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Without Frieza, there is no Dragon Ball.
Exactly. So it's weird that he was introduced so much later, but like I said, they just made him up later. So it wasn't like he was always in the back of Akira Toriyama's mind, like, yes, I have this evil space tyrant. I can't wait to introduce him. It was just like, let's make an evil space tyrant.
Yeah, it was like, oh, my first series was about magic. Next one, aliens. Yes.
Reasonable.
Exactly. To be honest with you, he only planned out initially to the point where Pilaf gets his first wish and they were going to end there.
Yeah,
But-
it could have ended there.
Yeah, but I guess people were interested and he kept going, so which is what happened forever.
And it hasn't stopped to this day.
It stopped
The
for
one
like 20
question
years.
I have is what happened to Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue Beyond?
It'll probably be where Ultra Instinct is.
Yeah, I don't think he can control
What?
it properly.
Yeah, I'm under the impression he can't control it properly, but at the same time, that goes against most of what everything Z taught us. Like the fact that after Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan for the first time, it was almost second nature to him.
The best way to enjoy these things is simply to not question them.
Yeah, but that's what I do. Just like you question One Piece, I question this thing that makes no sense.
I don't know, I think Oda's a bit more consistent than Toriyama, just a bit.
Oh, he's definitely more consistent. He had a plan at least. Akira Toriyama was just like, balls, wishes, monkeys, let's go.
Hit it.
Sold.
I'm just so happy that Luffy unlocked Ultra Instinct.
I know, right?
Yes.
With his master Shaggy.
God damn it, stop with the Shaggy meme.
You'll date this video if you put memes in it.
Don't put memes in it.
This video is already dated because we're talking about a movie that came out 3 days ago. In a week, it won't be new anymore.
I mean, I think
No,
this
but-
movie is going to age well.
Except for the 3D stuff, I agree with you.
I need to start my mission of making everybody watch it.
You should, yeah. This is one of the very few like anime movies that I would recommend to my greater circle of friends.
Well, I made Hoffman watch the abridged Broly movie first to get ready for this one. So
It's a good solid background, actually.
it really is. But yeah, overall, I had no real serious complaints. It was by far my favorite movie so far.
I completely agree, except I have one more complaint, and it has to do with one of the soundtracks while they were fighting, which is very distracting when they kept going. Oh my god, what was it? Broly,
Broly.
Gogeta, yeah, go Broly.
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I actually mentioned this to-
Gogeta.
I thought that was actually hilarious, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
It really takes you out of it, especially the first time you hear it, because I was like, is someone saying that? Is that dialogue?
Freezer, is that you? No. Just shitty.
Yeah, I know. It
shit.
seems like they have trouble coming up with like epic songs for their characters.
It's just Piccolo. It's
Frieza,
just Piccolo
Frieza,
shouting their name.
Frieza.
Yeah. So like, we need an epic song with lyrics. Names. Gogeta, Gogeta.
Gogeta, Broly, Broly.
They just start throwing in other names. You're like Janemba, Cell, 17.
Bio Broly.
When I watched it for
Broly.
the second time, I saw it with my wrestling friend, and he actually said it made him it reminded him of like wrestling.
And
Lots
the
love,
overall
lots
song
love,
did have the
lots
effect
love.
of really pumping you up, which is good.
It just kind of at first you're like, what is this? But then after it, you kind of okay, this box.
God.
After you get used to it, it's alright. It was just very initially jarring.
Actually, I do have one complaint. that the final attack from Gogeta was a Kamehameha.
Was just a Kamehameha.
I kind of wish it was a final Kamehameha or something that combined the two attacks.
I didn't hear final them say before. Maybe they. I guess
It was just
it
Kamehameha,
was just
but
yeah.
like
It was just
The most powerful attack known to man.
you can
Big
shoot it
Bang.
out of your feet.
I mean, it makes sense. Why not? It's just
When I was watching it again, I kind of thought it was funny the fact that basically when Vegeta was fighting Broly by himself, Vegeta like got knocked down and was like, "All right, I'll take a break." But then Goku like got the literal shit beat out of him, and Vegeta was just there forever, like, "All right, I guess I'll just step in again."
That scene's hard to watch because it's just him getting beaten up and screaming. It's like, oh god, stop, make it stop.
Yeah, I know. That's the point where I was like, "Wait, what happened to Vegeta?" And then I like when I watched it again, I was like, "Oh, he never even got knocked out. He kind of just like took a knee, and then Goku was like, "I'll take care of this, best buddy." And Vegeta was like,
yeah, it was a tag out.
Yeah." So like, you think that
Pretty sure
Vegeta
later
just
on we
showed up?
see him like just standing with Bulma and Whis on like some ice, watching it happen.
Vegeta is extremely patient. Actually, that's a lie. In the Resurrection of F, he started fighting
That's an
Goku in the
incredible
middle of
lie.
the fight because he wanted his turn. But one of the big things that I liked about this movie that Resurrection of F didn't have was the fact that I never felt like there was any threat in Resurrection of F, if you know what I mean. Like, I just felt like Goku and Frieza were on the same level, and we had Vegeta there who had not even done anything yet, and we knew he was pretty much just as strong as Goku was. But this movie, we actually felt like, oh shit, what are they going to do?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had an inkling of what they were going to do because there are just a plethora of options available. Fusion, for example. But yeah, Resurrection of F didn't feel like anything, especially in comparison to this movie. It was just
Yeah.
a bit flat.
Yeah, I mean, it looks nice, but really there was no, like I said, no threat or anything. It was just Frieza coming back and then getting the shit beat out of him, and then Vegeta almost killing him, and then getting his kill stolen.
And then time travel.
Yeah, and the
Well,
fact
yeah,
that
something
Frieza
that
was
Zeus
sitting
does
right
when
there.
it's convenient.
Convenient time travel.
But yeah, it was probably my favorite after Battle of the Gods.
You rank Battle of Gods above this?
No, right underneath it.
Oh, okay,
Right.
as far.
Like
That's
maybe
Troy.
like
I just lost a lot of respect for you.
the first 4 spots go to the new Broly movie, and the 5th spot goes to Battle of the Gods.
For me, it's this movie, episode of Bardock, Bio Broly. Yeah, those are my top 3.
The Bardock special was fantastic, wasn't it? Not the original one, the sequel one, where he goes back in time and fights, what is it, Lord Chill?
Lord Chill.
Lord Chill.
Is that episode of Bardock?
Yeah.
I think both of the Bardock ones were kind of half-assed. Like the whole "I can see the future" thing was just like, what?
The man's got 20/20 vision.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh my. Sorry.
And then in the
Ben
sequel movie,
Beckman.
Bardock seemingly lost his power to see into the future.
I like how like he actually deductively came up with, oh wait, Frieza's probably gonna kill us all on his own without the I can see the future.
Yeah, he used his brain, which was fantastic.
Someone's playing Dokkan Battle.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that it was on. The sound was on.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, cheese. We take the time to invite you to this wonderful discussion. And what do you do?
I just
Talk
wanted
about
to
Bio
admire.
Broly, play
I just
Dokkan.
wanted to admire Gogeta Blue.
Vegeta Red.
Gogeta Blue.
I liked
Who would
Vegeta's
win in a
best
fight,
blue
like
suit.
Vegeta or Vegito?
Master Roshi.
Yeah, he would muff by both of them.
I mean, in the Super manga, he technically taught Goku how to go Ultra Instinct almost.
Having not read the super manga, I'm very unfamiliar with that idea.
The super manga actually is beyond the Tournament of Power. So,
At the moment, yeah.
what?
It's interesting.
So have you read the manga or not?
Me?
Oh,
No, anybody other than Liam.
I have.
I have.
Yeah.
So you're all at the newest chapter, right?
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yep.
You think it's gonna be good?
Wait a minute.
Maybe.
Let's all make fun of Liam for a second because he's actually not caught up this time.
No.
Look, this isn't my area of specialty.
Bullshit.
But why don't you read it?
I do.
Like you will never get.
Because
You'll
watching Dragon Ball Super for me is very much a nostalgic experience. These are the characters I like, and their voices are cool. And Krillin is Luffy. Reading the manga is less of an experience for me, especially if it's of a similar quality of story.
But you will never get to see Ultra Instinct Roshi.
We don't need to see
That's
that.
what you will never get to see. I need it.
And I think I'm okay with that.
The worst part is the fact that when you look at users of Ultra Instinct, Master Roshi is now on the list, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
This is an actual thing. You weren't joking.
Yeah.
Well, technically,
I wasn't joking.
he doesn't actually go Ultra Instinct, but it looks like it does.
Yeah,
Anyway,
when you
He got the movement.
yeah, they've categorized his
Oh
ability as a
my god, users. Whis, Beerus, Master Roshi above Goku, and then Goku. That's the power ranking. Whis is the strongest, then Beerus, then Roshi, then Goku.
He's above Roshi.
Master Roshi, the guy who refuses to learn how to fly because he thinks that the Crane School created it.
He can't use the Nimbus as well because he's pure of heart.
I'm sure that the Crane School also taught Frieza how to fly.
Definitely.
It's a very popular school. All right, so we've been going on for probably long enough. So we're going to go around the table and give some final thoughts, beginning with Mr. Droid.
I was very happy with the movie. I liked the new fleshed out backstory, and I thought the fighting was amazing. I give this movie a 9.5.
What would give it the extra 0.5 out of curiosity?
I took off some points for the weird CGI stuff.
Yep, fair enough. All right, Groot, your final thoughts.
Honestly, favorite Dragon Ball movie yet. I give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Slightly less than Droid. Controversial. Cheese. What about you?
Yes, same as Droid, but I would give it 9 instead of 9.5 because same as you, I didn't enjoy the music at the end. The Gogeta. Yeah, and there was no Bio Broly.
So really, you should be giving it like a 3 out of 10 because Bio Broly makes up so many points.
Yes. Okay, 3 out of 10.
Good. Okay. Homer, your final thoughts, please.
Okay. Yes, similar to Groot, probably best Dragon Ball movie I've ever seen. It's great. Everything about it was great. Overall, I'd give it a 9.9.
Holy shit. And that 0.1 is obviously because of missing Roshi.
There's no Master Roshi. Yeah.
Damn, that's a pretty high rating.
Yeah, I think he is in the movie.
Roshi's only worth a point to you?
No. Actually, no, that's true. Okay, 1 out of 10.
0.1 out of 10.
Yeah, 0.1 out of 10. The 99.9 is Master Roshi.
Best Dragon Ball movie ever. 0.1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Too much water.
Why you say? Too much water.
As for me, by far the best Dragon Ball movie I've ever seen in my life. It was a really good experience watching it in a cinema with people and wonderful sound, and I hope they continue to make more of this stuff in the future.
Agreed.
I'm glad you liked it because I told you like the day before, I was like, it's amazing, you'll love it, it's awesome, and you're like, well, if it fails to meet my expectations, then, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, then I said I would get to blame you because hyping stuff up it's a serious thing. You shouldn't do it too much, but it was well worth it in this case.
Just say it's good or not.
It deserved the hype.
A thumbs up or
definitely.
a thumbs down.
I am the hype.
All right, well, thank you guys very, very much. I've got no idea when this video is going to be up, but cheers for joining me on this discussion.
No problem.
Anytime, good sir.
Properly,